Gabrielle, this is your mom, and you had horses.
We do, both of us.
How old are you?
21.
In what month and year did you start to board your horses with the defendant?
February 2023.
And where had they been prior to that?
Charlotte, North Carolina, where I lived before moving to Charleston.
And your mother?
And she still lives in Charlotte. She has plans to move to Charleston.
How many horses did you have?
I have one and my mom has one.
But you took both of them with you.
Yes.
Tell me why.
They've been together for over 6 years. This is something we do together, me and my mom, and since she had plans to move, we didn't want to stress them and separate them, so we wanted to keep them together.
Okay. When you moved with the horses, you were the person who found the property?
Correct.
And did you meet with the defendant?
Yes, I did.
Did you ultimately sign a lease with him?
Ultimately, yes.
When? Month and year?
It was beginning of February 2023, I believe. I have the lease.
I'd like to take a look at the lease.
It is on my phone through emails.
I want to look at the lease.
I have it, ma'am.
Oh.
Would you like a copy?
Yes.
These are copies of all the documents I'll be speaking about today.
I don't want to see all the documents. I want to see the lease.
Coming up, Exhibit B.
Thank you. Okay. Your lawsuit today seeks recoupment of certain monies that you paid pursuant to this lease. The defendant has a cross-complaint for damages that your horses did to his property, which is also included in the lease as your responsibility. So the lease started February the 12th. When did you move your horses there?
The night of the 11th.
And where did you put them?
In the pastures on Glenn's property.
Was he there?
He was. He came out and told us we can,
So you were there with your mother?
Yes. It was me, my mother, and my father.
And there were no incidents. Did he explain to you what had to be done? You have to water them from a certain trough. Mm-hmm. Did he explain all that to you?
Yep. He said he has no knowledge of how to maintain and care for horses. That was all on us. As long as we pay our rent and take care of everything, that will be that.
Okay. So that's February. How much money did you pay him in February?
$925.
For the two horses?
Correct.
Were the horses there in March?
I think it was when we moved in beginning of March, or middle of March.
Do you remember the date?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date?
The 13th is when they actually came with the two deputies to take their possessions.
So they were there for a month?
5 weeks. She was supposed to come in mid-January, but postponed.
Just a second. The lease says it starts February the 12th.
Correct.
That's what the lease says. They left March 13th.
Correct.
Okay. And you paid the defendant how much?
3 payments of $925.
Okay. February, we have $925.
Correct.
And you are several days over into the second month. Did you pay the second month?
We did initially.
You made 3 payments. I'd like you to explain to me the third payment.
We had to pay the first month of board, which was the $925, then the $925 for a deposit.
Okay. So a $925 was a security deposit.
Correct. And then an initial $925 for the first month of February.
Okay, so $925 was a security. Is that correct?
It is correct.
Okay.
It was not paid at the proper time. Neither was the first lease payment.
$925 was security deposit.
Yes.
2 months board.
Correct.
Now, it didn't work out.
Oh, it's way more than didn't work out.
I just said, I don't care. Actually, the idea is to keep it simple. It didn't work out. You were happy to see them go?
I initiated termination in the lease pursuant to the
and
lease.
they were happy to go?
Apparently, yes.
So now it's a matter of money. That's all it's about. I mean, you're not married to each other. You don't share grandchildren together. So it's a matter of why they don't get their security deposit back. Do you understand? You stayed over the second month, so you had to pay the second month, but $925 is security deposit. And there's no reason, unless there was some sort of violation of the lease, why you're not entitled to the $925 back, which is your security.
There was also criminal animal abuse during the 5 weeks that they were there.
Just to say, what does that have to do with this lawsuit?
It has to do with why their lease was terminated.
I don't care.
Okay, that's fine.
They want their money back. They don't want the pasture back. And I understand from your papers you believe that they weren't adequately caring for the animals, and because they weren't caring for the animals ate up your pasture. I don't know. You're going to show me what you're alleging.
Sure.
In order to avoid returning their $925 security deposit.
It's part of it.
Ball's in your court.
Okay.
Security deposit, $925 security deposit, to which they would otherwise be entitled to unless you have proof to me that their horses damage your property.
So you want to go directly to the damages?
I want to go directly to the damages.
Okay,
I
heard.
This is my life. It's fleeting by so fast.
Someone please give this to
I
the
just
judge.
want you to show me what the damage is.
Okay. I guess I'm not going to refer to my notes. I'll just do it on the fly. Okay. The very first.
Shh.
Oh, don't explain?
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to explain anything. They're pictures. Oh, there's something in the packet that you just gave me. Would you please show this to Gabrielle and ask her if that's her signature?
Your Honor, may I speak?
Shh. No.
That means no.
That's a no.
Okay.
Is that your signature is my
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Okay. When did you sign that?
The day we left.
The day you left.
Correct.
Okay, and this shall serve as your receipt for the month's rent of $925 and the deposit $925. It will also serve as a receipt for your final month's payment of March 2023. We have agreed that the deposit is forfeited to cover some of the damage done by the horses, right? And you signed that.
Correct.
Well, then you have no case. What do you want?
I want to tell you my side, please.
You want to tell me about what?
This
Your Honor,
whole incident.
I don't care about the whole incident.
Your Honor.
Okay.
Just a second. You don't understand. This is a contract. She signed a lease as a contract. She's 21 years old. In order to leave, you left. You were both happy to be done with each other. Your daughter, who is the lessee, signed this agreeing for the 2 months' rent and to forfeit the $925 deposit. And there's an acknowledgement that the horses did damage to the property. That's it. So you have no case.
Does it say acknowledgement?
What?
Does it say that, acknowledgement, or if there was damage to the property?
No, it says we have agreed that the deposit is forfeit to cover some of the damage done by the horses. Now, you're really being so annoying to me. I'm just about. Just a second.
Preparing my next piece of paper. That's all.
Just a second. Don't prepare anything. So far, you're not losing. The only thing you're losing is my patience. It is forfeit to cover some of the damage done by the horses. Now, if I were you, one word I would have absolutely eliminated is some of the damage, because that says to you, bing! It's not to liquidate the damages done by the horses. It says to cover some of the damage done by the horses, which is his counterclaim. So the fact that this didn't work out and you were unhappy is absolutely irrelevant to a lawsuit. Do you understand? Irrelevant. Now, did you and your tenant have any discussion about what damage you allege that the horses did?
Yes.
Was that the day that she left?
No, ma'am. It was prior to that, numerous occasions. Can you imagine I have something important? Just please, sir, ma'am. I have something important to show you.
Sure. Give it to Kevin and answer my question.
I shall.
Great. Do you have anything in writing, emails, etc., to demonstrate to me, other than verbal conversations, that the tenant was made aware of damages that the horses would...
The 43 pieces of evidence I
would like
present
just a second.
Does have that evidence that you're asking for.
Everything that you're going to hand me in that 43 pages, I just want to let you know, because when I go through 43 pages, if all of it is not relevant to the damage and the amount of damage that the horses did, that's not going to put me in a good mood. So make sure you're sending me all that stuff. Hold on a second.
This is important prior
Hold
to
on.
even looking at that receipt. If you'd please refer to the last page of the summons and complaint.
What are you showing me?
What I'm showing you, ma'am, is that the summons and complaint was filed by the father.
I don't care.
No, ma'am. This is filing an illegal court document. I don't know why you don't care.
I don't care because I wish I could care. For your sake, I want to care. But for the purposes of this case, I don't care. All I want to see from you is the damage that you are alleging that was done to your property in excess of $925, which you kept as security deposit. That's all I want to see. I don't want you to tell me that her underwear doesn't match, that the wrong person filed the summons and complaint. I'm not interested. Very simple. Do you understand? Do you understand what I said to the plaintiff, sir? Did you understand that? Don't hand me all that stuff.
I'm not. I'm saying it's in folder 4 right in front of you. Those are the damages. The damage to the grass in front of all of the
No,
gates.
that's not what I asked you for. If you follow instructions, I said to you, I want to see in writing, which you said you had, notification to your tenant prior to March 13th that damage was being caused to the property. And you said numerous. I said, show me. You said, I have 43 pages. I said, I'm not reading 43 pages unless it's all relevant. And if I read 43 pages and if it's not all relevant, it's going to put me in a bad mood, which I'm getting to.
Quickly, I see that.
Yes, because this is a lawsuit. It's not a fetching contest.
It's not about fetching.
Do you understand? I didn't let her fetch. I said, this is a lawsuit. You want your money back? You signed the document that says you're not getting your money back. That's what you signed.
The damage estimates are in the back of that folder.
And I told you, I'm not asking you for estimates.
Okay, you're asking me for communication between me and them. It was mostly verbal.
So then the answer is you don't have anything in writing.
There may be text messages. I didn't review them.
Oh, okay.
But
so
there were text
be,
messages regarding her trough that was
maybe.
leaking, and she just ignored the text. She ignored text often.
I actually don't care.
I have pictures of the damage to the stables in there.
Yeah, $925. You got it. It's covered. You counterclaims dismissed. We're done.
The man was very harassing to me through the whole time. I didn't get to show any of my text messages.
She was a week late with the rent. She signed the lease, brought the horses, and then, oh, I forgot the rent.
Into the second week we were there, I told my daughter, something's wrong with this man. We got to get the horses out.
A week later, she comes back with the rent. I'm like, where's the deposit? She goes, oh, I didn't have the deposit. I'll get you that in a week.
He wanted me off the property. He said, I want no trespassing ordinance on you. I said, can I not feed my horses? No, get off the property.
These people were bananas, and they were damaging horses.
Example out there of we here in court hear legal arguments, not emotional arguments. It can be, a therapeutic experience for the litigants to be able to get their story across or share the underpinnings of the story or what really went on is something that we hear a lot in court. But it doesn't matter how many color-coded files you have if they don't contain evidence that are pertinent to the legal argument, not the emotional argument. We don't want to see them. We don't want them.
Especially in this case.
It was cut and dry.
In this case, there were contracts.
Yeah, signed.
There were two
no
contracts,
argument.
a lease and a termination of that lease with the terms.
Yep.
And there was only one word, Sarah, and that word was some.
And that allowed him to even bring the countersuit in the first place.
But it was sort of slick, the word some. If you're going to forfeit your $925 deposit, and what he's primarily complaining about was that the horses ate all his grass in his meadow. Right, for $925, you can buy an awful lot of grass seed.
Sure.
They're not about to build him a whole new piece of property. Didn't work out. There was a contract. Sort of interesting.
All right, guys, after watching this case, I have to say, legally, I understand why Judge Judy ruled the way she did, but morally, I have a lot of questions. Let's be real for a second. Gabrielle was only 21 years old. She moved her horse and her mother's horse hundreds of miles away because these animals had been together for over 6 years. This wasn't some business investment. These horses were clearly important to her and her family. Now, the defendant Glenn keeps talking about damaged grass, damaged property, late payments, animal care problems, and honestly, every time the judge asked him a direct question, he seemed more interested in showing off his giant stack of paperwork than actually answering. Seriously, sir, if you have 43 pages of evidence but can't answer a simple yes or no question, that's a problem. And that's where I started getting frustrated. The biggest issue in this entire case was that exit agreement Gabrielle signed when she left. Once she signed a document saying the deposit would be forfeited, legally she was in trouble. That's contract law. I get it. But here's what bothers me. Why was she signing that paper in the first place? According to her side, she felt pressured, wanted her horses out, deputies were there, tensions were high, and she just wanted the situation over with. That's very different from happily agreeing that Glenn deserved to keep almost $1,000. Now, do I think Gabrielle made mistakes? Absolutely. Never sign a document unless you completely understand what you're giving up. That's a life lesson right there. But from a moral standpoint, Glenn doesn't exactly come across as the victim either. Every time Gabrielle tried to explain what happened, he wanted to jump in with another complaint, another folder, another story. It felt less like someone trying to solve a problem and more like someone trying to win an argument. And honestly, when Judge Judy started losing patience with him, I completely understood why. The thing that stands out most to me is this. The judge didn't say Glenn was right. The judge didn't say Gabrielle was wrong. The judge basically said, you signed the paper, end of story. And that's why this case feels frustrating. Because sometimes what is legal and what feels fair are not exactly the same thing. Personally, I think this whole situation should have never reached this point. 2 horse owners and a landlord ended up in a complete disaster because nobody trusted each other and nobody communicated properly. At the end of the day, Gabrielle lost her deposit, Glenn lost his counterclaim, and everybody walked away angry. Nobody really won, but that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Was Gabrielle treated fairly? Did Glenn deserve to keep that deposit? Or did Gabrielle learn an expensive lesson about signing documents without fully protecting herself? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy courtroom breakdowns, reactions, and real-life legal drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel. It really helps us keep bringing you more cases like this. See you in the next one.